host, Robin Murray, here today with Chief Investment Officer Rusty Vanneman.
Hey, Robin.
So there was a lot of interesting movement in the markets in April. Tell us about it.
Well, first of all, the S&P 500 was up only about 1%, and the bond market was down a little bit. But there was really a lot of interesting market action. So in the U.S., for instance, smaller companies were down about 3%. And probably the big thing is that international markets are up big. So developed markets are up 4%, emerging markets are up 8%. So it was a great month for globally diversified portfolios.
All right, great. Well, how did CLS do last month?
Well, I think CLS did pretty well. I guess we could walk through our 4 investment themes, and I think all 4 themes worked. So first of all, we are emphasizing emerging markets, and they did great. So again, they were up 8%, so that really helped. When it came to sector exposures, we really liked the technology sector, and it also outperformed. Hey, just one quick aside on that too. Also, when it comes to performance last month, the energy sector was up big. And so we do have an emphasis on energy as well. And it was up substantially and is now ahead of the overall market as well. So that helped. The third theme is looking at high quality companies, and because larger companies outperform smaller companies, and that basically helped us as well. And then the last thing was being tactical within fixed income. And as I just mentioned, the bond market was down a little bit, 10-year treasury yields were up. But 2 different areas that we've been adding to in recent months, emerging market debt and inflation-linked bonds, they were actually up last month. So I think being tactical also helped. So really all of our themes really worked last month.
Great. Well, good. Yeah. Well, it was a huge weekend in Omaha, so I want to talk about that as well. Berkshire Hathaway shareholders meeting. How was it?
It's a huge event in Omaha. There were nearly 45,000 people here this year. I think it was the biggest crowd yet. It's a great show. It's fascinating in so many different ways. Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett are fascinating to listen to. And, they have, not only are they great investors, but they're able to communicate. And I think they've been able to help so many investors as well over time with their counsel. I think there are 2 other things when I think about Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger too, which I always think are great lessons or something I want to talk about is the first item is, their style of investing doesn't always work. People always say they're the best investors, and quite frankly, they are really great investors. But in the late 90s, when there was a period of time that Berkshire Hathaway was down over 40%, at the same time, the U.S. market was up over 30%. I mean, that's a huge gap, and these are the greatest investors of all time. The other thing I wanted to point out is that Warren Buffett's style of investing really comes down to he's able to execute consistently what he does. And he likes to invest in high quality companies. And again, as you know, that is one of our investment themes. Companies that have stronger balance sheets, have higher profitability, more consistent profitability. That's a theme we like as well, and we have that in our portfolios. So again, it was a great meeting, and for people who have never been to a Berkshire Hathaway meeting, they should definitely attend.
Right, come to Omaha.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thanks, Rusty, and thank you. Thank you for your time and trust in CLS Investments.